Hey, welcome. I'm going to talk to you about the three most common myths with regards to annuities. My name is James Johnson. I've been a wealth advisor for more than 23 years now. My expertise lies in retirement, estate planning, and helping businesses save on taxes. I'm top of the table for MDRT. MDRT is $1 Million Roundtable. It's the oldest, largest, and most prestigious financial planning institution in the world. If you're qualified for it, you're in the top 5% of all planners in the world. And if you're top of the table, you're in the top 1%. I was a master at least advisor for Ed Slott for more than 5 years. I'm sorry, more than 9 years, actually. That means I know a lot about qualified money, IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, 457, defined benefit plans, Roth IRAs, etc. I'm a Marine, no such thing as an ex-Marine, a father of two, and a Rotarian. Now, you don't need to know all that about me, but what you do need to know is why these myths and misconceptions are so important for you to understand. You see, you can fool all of the people all of the time if you have a large enough advertising budget. So the first myth that we hear is annuities are too expensive. Now, by the way, if you're here at the end, I have a special offer for it. So don't miss it. Be here at the end. We're not going to be here very long. Be sure to watch this all the way through. And be sure at the end to put in some comments, your thoughts on this subject. But annuities are too expensive. Most people believe that annuities have excess fees in them. What if I told you many of the best annuities on the market have zero fees? And for those that do have fees, often those fees come with great rewards. So if they give you something somewhere, they take something from you somewhere else. And this is very different than our securities world where they just get a fee, period. They don't give you a whole lot for that. They put you into a standard program and good luck. We don't need to get into that. Bottom line is that they don't necessarily have fees in them. Many of the top annuities on the market today have zero fees. You lose all of your money if you die early. Well, folks, this just simply isn't true. The only time this would be true is if you used what was called the SPIA, a single premium immediate annuity. And this would be set up where you had a set amount of money for a set amount of time, whether that be a period certain such as life or such as 10 years or 10 years such as life. That income would come for whatever that period certain was, and if you had it set up for life, your money would indeed be gone. But most annuities today use what's called income riders, so you have an income coming, and should you die prematurely, not only do you get your heirs get the money you have, in many cases, they get enhanced amounts, much more than they would have got had they been in a brokerage account. Annuities are for retirees only. Now, there is a basis of truth to this, all right? And the reality is that if you're 30 years old, you probably shouldn't be buying an annuity. Definitely not at 20 or 40. We're going to start to question that. But there are a lot of different reasons to buy annuities. You can buy them for tax deferral, protecting your assets from market volatility. You could buy them for income streams. So depending upon what stage of life you're in, annuity may actually fall in, and depending upon whether you're very conservative, very aggressive, a lot of this has to do. And you know what I hate? I hate generalized advice. People are always giving generalized advice. Well, this little piece of advice doesn't work for this person over here or that person over there. Annuities are complicated. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, I would defy most of you to explain to me your portfolio or what mutual fund you owned or et cetera, et cetera. The reason why people find annuities complicated is because insurance companies do a really good job of making sure you understand everything there is to understand about that annuity. They're pretty simple if you understand some basics of them. You can get a better return elsewhere. Well, maybe, but we believe that it's more important to avoid the losses than it is to pick the winners. And you will find that there are annuities out there on the market today, fixed annuities out there on the market today in the 4 to 6% range. And there are indexed annuities out there making outrageous rates of returns, literally up in the 10s and the 20% rates of returns on some indexes. And there are other steady Eddie annuities out there that are making steady returns of 8 to 15% over a 10-year period of time with zero fees and zero downside. Now, I don't know about you, but I would tell you that, yeah, okay, some of that stuff has merit, but there is some real reasoning for sitting back and understanding why annuities are there and why billions and billions and trillions of dollars are going into them. It's not like nobody's doing this. There's a reason why people are doing this, because there's merit to it. So let me explain to you a little bit about how annuities work. I'll give you a course on Annuities 101. So the definition of an annuity is an agreement between you and another party where money is deposited and later in a series of payments. Well, this is what most people believe an annuity really is. Well, okay, we can argue that that's the common definition of an annuity. But really what an annuity is a savings account with an insurance company. So there are public annuities, Social Security. That is an annuity. By this definition, you're giving the money to the government's giving you a payout. There are private annuities, such as pensions. And what's happening is that pension is going into an insurance company and it gives a payout. And then there are asset-backed annuities by insurance companies. Now, when we're talking about annuities here in this class, we're talking about asset-backed annuities by insurance companies. And once again, what an annuity really is it's a savings account with an insurance company. It doesn't really ever have to be an income stream unless you choose it to be. So let's take a look at how this works here. You see, it can be held in either tank. You can put it over in our risk tank, or we can put it over in our safe tank. And if you understand the personal economic model here, and you've seen some of the videos on how this works, then you'll understand the difference between the risk and the safe tank. But whether we choose to put it in variable over here in our risk tank, or over here in fixed or indexed on our safe tank, that's a choice we make when we do this. But the difference is that account will grow depending upon whether it's in the market or whether it's not in the market or tied to the market or whether it's a fixed rate. And then if we choose to, we can turn it on for an income. Now, when we go to turn it on for an income, the one thing that an annuity can do that nothing else can do is it can provide an income stream that will continue to come even when it runs out of money. And this is where a lot of people's head explode. They go, well, how is that possible? It is possible because that's how it works. And folks, what you really want out of retirement is you want to live the lifestyle you become accustomed to, adjusted for taxes and inflation, out beyond yours and your spouse's life expectancy, and then you want to pass your money on in the most tax-favored way possible. But see, in order to do that, what you need is you actually need an income. So you divide out your assets, you put some over here in the risk category and let them do their thing, and then you take some others over here and you make sure you secure your income for your future, because the only thing that's important is that paycheck. Now there are three types. There are fixed, indexed, and variable. Fixed work just like a CD where it's a set rate for a set period of time, penalties for taking it out early. Indexed is based on the value of an external index, such as the S&P, the NASDAQ, Barclays. There's many choices depending upon the product. And what it does is it gets some of the gains of the market, and it never participates inside of the losses. Variable, you actually grow inside of an investment inside the account, inside of the actual market. So it gets the gains and the losses of the market, and they do provide some guarantees inside of there, but be careful of the guarantees in a variable. I would tell you, pretty much stay away from a variable overall if your goal is long-term income. So what are some of our key takeaways here? Well, the first one is liquidity provision vary by annuity? But for the most part, the liquidity in most annuities is 10% of either what we put in the account or the account value, and that will vary from annuity to annuity. Now, you'd say, well, I need more liquidity than that. well, then you're not going to be putting all of your money in annuities, and you never should put all your money in annuities any more than you should put all your money in the stock market or real estate or cryptocurrency or any one of those things. You want to have some diversity. And the reality is we're probably using this annuity for one of two things. We're using it for a long-term growth, or we're using it for long-term income. And depending upon which that one is, it won't matter whether we have liquidity, because the liquidity we're going to have in our other accounts. It's backed by a large insurance company. Now, folks, who bailed out the banks and the government during the Great Depression? And the answer is insurance companies. Where do banks keep 25% of their tier 1 liquid assets? The answer? Insurance companies. So where is our money safer? In banks or insurance companies? Account growth should be considered. So if we look at these different lines here, what we see here is we see a fixed annuity. So the fixed annuity just grows steady Eddie all the way. We see a variable annuity. It goes up and down with the market and up and down with the market. And then we see over here an indexed annuity where it'll just stay steady over this period of time. And then when the market goes up, it'll go up. When the market goes down, it goes sideways, etc. And these are some considerations that you should be taking before you ever buy an annuity as to which one really makes sense for you. And this is why it's so important to be sitting down and talking with somebody and looking at your overall picture and not just focusing in on one thing when making a decision to do something like this. It's designed for lifetime income. An annuity will provide something that nothing else can provide. It will provide an income that when you run out of money, it does not run out of income. Now, folks, I told you that if you were here when we got to the end of this, that I had a special offer for you. So my special offer for you is this. If you want to learn more about this, below you're going to find a link to our website. And we have a bunch of courses out there. And one of the courses we have out there is on annuities. So I've provided for you at the bottom down here a coupon code. You use this coupon code for that course, and that will give you 50% off of that course. Believe me, it's worth your time to go take this. You're getting thousands of dollars of education for a minimal amount of money. Now, remember to live like you're going to die tomorrow and plan like you're going to live forever, because you just might. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please put some comments down below. What are your thoughts on annuities? Do you own some? Have they worked out for you? Have they not worked out for you? Do you have questions about them? How can we help you? Be sure to reach out, keep smiling, and make it a great day.